What's going on, everybody? It's Wade with Swamp Donkey Archery. Got a new bow review first look for you today, and this one is going to be the new 2024 Darton Sequel 33. Y'all stick around, it's going to be a good one. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. So this is going to be for the Darton Sequel 33. I wanted to go through a little bit of information on this thing. This is the first one that I got in the shop. This is actually a customer's bow that he granted me permission to go ahead and do a quick review on this thing and get my information out to y'all. So this particular bow is, like I said, it's the 33. This is in the flat dark earth color. Darton's flat dark earth is a little different than a lot of the other bow manufacturers. This is a little deeper, darker, flat dark earth. Really good looking color, black limbs on it. Just, y'all look at the styling on this riser right here. Just a really kind of skeletal look to it. It's caged, got your cages. Just really cool design on this riser. Just was going over the aesthetics. Just let y'all look at it real quick. Nice wide limbs, the BBS cam system on it, split yoke. So yep, let's get into it. So the limb configuration on this is you can get 50, 60, and 70 pound limbs. Your draw length range on these cams. So I'll go over the Sequel 31 goes from 25 to 30 and a half, and the Sequel 33 goes from 25 and a half to 31. All that is done with the rotating mods right here. It is one mod, covers all ranges. So you rotate the mod and this little peg stop right here. This cable peg stop is, you can adjust it. It has the one that comes from factory on it is a 87% let off. And then they send you in this handy dandy little package right here. There's these other little bushings. That is your 80% let off. So you can have 87 or 80% let off with the bushings that they send you. This cam is a super smooth pulling cam. It reminds me a lot of like the Athens RTX or the new cam that's on the Elites. Just really smooth pulling cam. I will go over my draw curve chart so y'all can see kind of how it slowly stacks, maintains, and then starts dumping off toward the back. Just, man, really smooth design on that. 1/4 inch axles. The limbs are 7/8 of an inch wide, so nice robust limbs on here. The limb pocket system, aluminum limb lock pocket system. It does have this little tab right here with your lockdown screw to lock your limbs into place. You don't have to worry about them working out anyhow. So you do adjust your limbs, you have to make sure that you back that out minimum of half a round before you adjust it. Talking about adjusting limbs, you can see how much limb bolt is hanging through your little anchor stud right there. That's a lot of adjustment. You can go 7 rounds out on these and still be okay. The 7 rounds allows you to back it off the full 10 pounds. So with this being a 60-pound bow, you can get this backed off to 50 pounds. A 70 would back off to 60, and so on and so forth. So that's a really nice option. I do like that with the adjustability on that. As I mentioned, this is a split yoke style system. I really like that. You have your one power cable coming from your other cam up to your yoke splitter. This yoke is a aluminum yoke splitter, no composite here. And then your yoke is a separate string. It comes up and rolls around your cam on both sides. Really nice on that. I like that. It equalizes your load on each side of the cam, axles, limbs, and all that. Just that's the way to go. I really like that. Really like that. Does have a cable roller on here. This is a non-adjustable cable roller. It does have the IMS system on it. I do have the Whisker Biscuit on it, but you can see how it has the IMS mounting system on the back. So yeah, let's see, where am I at? Okay, so it does have this nice reference point right here for your center shot, and it also has this nice machine reference in the front right here. You got your nice rolled out grip right there. It's a nice reference on the front. Gives you a little reference to make sure you got your grip right there. So just something really simple like that does a lot. This is helping you on your grip, and this is really going to help you out on lining up everything for your tuning this bow. Does have your string stop on here. It comes with this little shorty stubby. I'm not even going to call it a stabilizer. It's more of a vibrationing dampener. If you notice, it does not have any vibrationing dampeners in the limb, but it does come with this right here. So this is also, you know, an option for a lower stabilizer mount. If you want to run lower and a shorter bar down low, you have your one standard here, and it does have your rear stabilizer mount right there. Just, man, the grip on this thing feels really, really nice. It is straight on the riser, no accessory grip on it. The back is nice and flat, and then it is rounded on both the sides. The angle on this thing feels really, really nice. It allows you to get that low wrist grip. That feels really, really good. Fit and finish on this thing looks really, really nice. This is, you know, all the machining on it is nice and smooth. The coating process, I don't see any flaws, no light spots or anything. Just really good looking bow. All the something my bow technicians appreciate. All the threads have either been chased or a screw had been put in whenever it was coated. I do like that. Saves us a little bit of time on setup, not having to run a tap through it to clean all your paint out of it. So covered draw length, we covered draw weight. IBO on these, both of them, the 33 and the 31, are both in that 335 range. I'm not going to be able to get the exact numbers for y'all today on how they rank those, because some people know, some people don't. You get those numbers, the IBO speed, by a 70-pound bow set on 30-inch draw, shooting a 350 grain arrow. 350 grain arrow is 5 grains of weight per pound of draw on it. That's how they come up with those. This is a 60-pound bow. I do not have a 300 grain arrow in a spine enough that I don't want to risk injuring this bow here. So we will shoot something just a little heavier, but we're still going to get you some nice legit numbers. Y'all know I always run through several different weight areas, kind of give different scenarios on that. But I think that is all the info I wanted to go over. One or two other things I did want to touch on. I did notice on this bow and on my Consequence, when I got it in, the axle to axle spec was off just a little bit. And I mean, that happens. That's not a, I'm not dinging them or anything like that. I'm just saying you might want to check your axle to axle length, because what happened, your strings and cables may creep and settle in some after the bow is sit stagnant for a little while. And when that increases your axle to axle length, your peak weight is going to go down a little. So I checked this one, and like I said, also the Consequence. They were about 3 pounds light coming out of the box. No big deal. Put it in the press. Put about 2 to 3 twists back in the cable, one back in your string, to make sure you keep your brace height and your axle to axle length correct. In case I didn't cover it, axle to axle is 33 1/8. Brace height is 6 1/4. and mass weight on this is 4.35 pounds. They may could have shaved a little bit off of that, but with this being a wider, more stable platform, I'll sacrifice a little bit of weight to get a more stable platform there. So just overall, just a really, really sharp looking bow. And initial impression is man, this thing's just robust looking, really nice, really nice. So now let me show y'all the draw curve chart on that, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes that I know y'all like, and that is going to be putting some arrows across the top of a chronograph. So y'all hold tight. One more thing I wanted to cover, with this being a wider riser, there had been talks of people saying that some rests don't have enough adjustment to get back to your center shot right here. I did go ahead and put a different rest on here. I'm fixing to drop that information right now. Okay, I want to do a little update on rest and rest clearance, like what we was talking about with this riser being a little wider. And then if you have a non-IMS style rest, like this is the Hamsky Epsilon, bolted it on here and adjusted all the way to the left. Right here is about where it sits. So you can see your center shot line right here. You cannot get this to go far enough to line up with your center shot. There is not enough adjustment right there on some of these. So I have been hearing some people say that they were running into this problem because of the wider riser. So Hamsky Epsilon will not work on the Sequel bow. But I will say I did have this Hamsky primer rest on the shelf, and this does have enough adjustment and even has adjustment left. And let's see, that lines up about right there. You can get enough adjustment out of this Hamsky Epsilon. There are other rests out there that I know will clear. The Vapor Trail is one of them that I've been hearing people talk about, but I think they had to remove like the bottom limb adapter because I think it was coming in close to this right here. So there are several options out there. Like I said, not that this is a negative, but it does kind of limit your options on non-IMS style rests to put on here. Hamsky primer is definitely a go. So I just want y'all to know that. So do a little research. Some of the people that you've been hearing say, hey, you know, some of these rests ain't working, that is correct. And it is because of the wider riser right here. But like I said, not necessarily a disadvantage, just a bump in the road. And we just need to figure out how to navigate around it. So, but I can tell you 100% Hamsky primer will work. So yeah, I just wanted to plug that in there to let y'all know. Okay, here's our draw curve chart on this, as some of y'all may have seen in the past. And if anybody hasn't, this is a draw curve chart that I done on an Excel spreadsheet. We have your weight on this side, your draw length on this side. Just want y'all to see how the draw is going to look on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches in the draw. It slowly builds up to peak weight, and it maintains your peak for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 inches. It keeps it, and then it starts breaking off and starts slowly dumping over until it breaks over. So this isn't what they call one of those hump and dumps. It doesn't go from peak weight, boom, all the way to full let off. You can see it stacks, you know, reasonably quick, but nothing super stiff. Stays peak and then starts breaking off, and then boom, dumps down into your valley. As far as the valley and back wall on these, it does have cable stop, but I will tell you kind of my thoughts on how it feels on the cable stop only. So now we're going to get some arrows and chronograph set up and get you some numbers. All right, got our 4 arrows here. Wasn't able to find one that I was comfortable enough with the spine in order to get you your 300 grain arrow. So the lightest one we're going to have is the one that I've been shooting. It's 357 grains. So that's still going to be 50 grains hot. So we're not going to see the IBO numbers because that is 50 grains. Then we're going to do some believable hunting weight arrows. This one right here is straight up 400 grains. This one is my hunting arrow, which is 480, either 480 or 485. And then we have this log of an arrow right here, which is almost 600 grains, like 590 something grains. So we're fixing to shoot those, and then we're fixing to get you some numbers. So first thing we're going to do first is this big old log of an arrow right here. This one is the almost 600 grains. And as far as draw, we're going to talk about draw cycle and how the shot feels and all that as we're shooting it right here. Ooh, draw is super smooth, really nice into the back wall right there. Feels really good, really good. 237. Of course, that's 60 pounds on it. 60 pounds with an almost 600 grain arrow. So let's do one more. We're going to try to do 2 shots. 2 shots per arrow. 237. Man, that's smooth. Golly, that feels good. That feels good. And 235.6. So 236 on the heavy arrow right there. Now, let's shoot my hunting arrow, which is the 480. Man, this bow feels really good. It doesn't have no jump forward at all. A slight buzz after the shot, not much. You just kind of hear it resonate, and it's more like it's resonating through the riser. You really can't feel it. 280. 280. 480 grains, 60 pounds, 30-inch draw. Do one more. Man, I like that draw cycle. Okay, so there's a little discrepancy there. Let's get a couple more shots. That said 268. I want to make sure we get repeatable numbers there. I'm really a little too close in here. This new Garmin Chrono really likes a little bit more room, but it's going to be all right here. Yeah, 265. Let's do one more. One more. I want to make sure I get y'all some repeatable numbers so I ain't giving y'all no false information there. Yeah, 270. So we're upper 260s, low 270s, 480 grain arrow. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. I'm expecting the 400 grain arrow to be closer to that 280-ish something mark. So 400 grain arrow now. Man, this bow feels good. I want to let her down, see how she does letting down. You almost have to give it a push to get it started. It doesn't feel like it wants to snatch your arm off as you start easing it forward. And that's from that slow breakover in the back. That feels really nice, really nice. All right, here we go. 400 grain. Going through the graph. Man, this thing just holds solid. Ooh, it said 290. All right, let's get us another one. That's not bad. 60 pounds, 290 feet a second. Actually, that's a 293. Let's do one more. Yeah, 282. Okay. These chronographs are really good chronographs. I've only had it for a couple of weeks now, so I'm still kind of playing with what it likes, but at least the lighting don't affect this one like it was affecting my Pro Chrono in here. So yep, 284. One more. I was thinking it was going to be in the mid 280s. Uno más. Uno más. Man, this thing feels good. 290. So I'm going to say average on that is going to be mid 280s. That's what we're looking like. Mid 280s. One more just for the heck of it and because I like how it feels. Sorry, Todd. I was trying to shoot at least amount as possible. But this thing feels good. 283 on that. So yeah, I'm going to say mid 280s, 400 grain arrow. So the color on this, y'all are curious, this is the flat dark earth. And this is a little darker flat dark earth than what I've seen on some of the other bow manufacturers. It is a really, really nice color. Really nice color. I like that. They're green. They're like olive drab or whatever they call it. It's that's a good looking color too. So here we go. 357 grain arrow. Let's see what she's going to do. 298. Not bad. Not bad. That's actually moving pretty good. 60 pounds. Still 50 grains heavy on the arrow. I do like how much room there is on the in between where the cable roller is and where your vanes clear right here. These blazers are some fairly tall profile vanes, and there's still a 1/4 inch clearance there. I like that. And this bow just settles. 299.5. God, I've got to see this thing break 300. We could round that one up and say it broke 3, but I want to see it break 3. $299.7. Man, come on. I want to see it break 300. Take the tip out of this arrow, I bet I get it. I have a 75 grain tip in here. All right, one more time. There we go. Did it. 301. All right. 301, 60 pounds, 30-inch draw, 350 grain arrow. Not too bad. Not too bad. Like I said, as far as shooting it, man, this thing feels good. This thing feels really good. Let me get my thoughts gathered and we'll go through my final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts on this thing. Man, this is nice. This is a really nice bow. The Consequence is a really good bargain bow. It's really good for, you know, running on a limited budget. You can get really good performance out of it. But man, I'm telling you, if you got the extra in the account for one of these, you will not be disappointed. I'm thinking these are 1150 or something like that. I'll have to double check that. But if y'all are interested in one of these, get in touch with me. Hit me in the comments. Like I said, I got a web page. Y'all can get a hold of me on my number, contact info on my web page and all that. But I'm telling you, this is a really top-notch bow. Nice, solid in the hand, no jump forward, very, very minimum feedback. And when I say feedback, like after the shot, you can just barely feel a little after the shot. And I'm thinking that the way this riser is designed, it's just kind of resonating in the riser as far as like feeling like the bow wants to go somewhere. It is solid, very, very solid. Back wall, even with it being just a cable stop, it feels really solid. No sponge at all. I like clearance tolerances on everything. The split yoke, how it evens the load on your limbs, cams, axles, and all that. I like that. I don't see how anybody can go wrong with this. Oh, I didn't mention the Sequel does come with the rear stabilizer mount right here, and it does have your upper stabilizer mount, and then it has this one. I would recommend just keeping the little stubby on the bottom, and if you want to run your bar, run it off of this one. The being able to lock your limb pockets, that's awesome. I like how these limbs lock into place with the limb pocket itself. 1/4-inch axles, just solid, robust. That is my my thoughts on this. Smooth draw, smooth shot process. Are there bows out there that's a little faster? Yeah, in this price range, yeah, some are a little faster. But as some of y'all know, I've been a really big Athens fan, and one of the many things that I liked about Athens was our RTX cam, how smooth it was to pull. Lots of people talked about that being one of the smoothest pulling cams they've ever drew. This cam feels a lot like how that one does, as far as the easing in the peak, starting to dump off, and then break. Just, man, I don't have anything negative to say about this bow. The only negatives, like I said, I've been hearing just with the riser being a little wider, people having trouble clearing rests. But that's not a negative. That's just an obstacle you need to figure out how to get around. The IMS system on the back, it doesn't have a Picatinny or front style sight mounting location. If I want to say anything negative about it, that's it. Could have shaved another couple of ounces off the weight, but that's it. I can't say anything negative about this bow. Oh man. All right, well, I'm fixing to get into setting this one up for my customer. We're going to throw a rest on here and make sure it's set at his draw length, and see if I can find the arrow close to what he's been shooting. And I'm going to try to go ahead and get it tuned up to where I know we're shooting through paper good. And yeah, so hope you liked the video. If you got any questions, be sure and hit me in the comments down there. Like this video, sub my channel, hadn't already done it. My website is swampdonkeyarchery.com. That has all my contact info there, my Facebook, Instagram, phone number, email, location. It's got all that on there. I'm easy to get a hold of. Y'all just go on my website. Y'all can find me from there. Like I said, if you want one of these, get in touch with me. I can get it custom ordered in whatever color, limb configuration, left or right hand, draw length. I can send it to you bare. I can totally customize it, build it, rig it out, whatever you want. I can do it. Y'all let your boy know. Other than that, I guess that's it. I got work to do. I got to do this. I got to finish building strings and several other things. So I got to get it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate y'all watching. Have a good one.